Hello everyone and welcome back to HTML and CSS lessons in Codecademy. So in the last few lessons we have been looking at how we can use CSS with HTML to make our website or web page look a bit better, or at least make it easier for us to style it. Today we're going to have a review of what we have learned so far, and we are also told that we're going to have reviews more frequently from now on. So our instructions are first of all to add a link tag between the head tags, and I actually copied this so that I can paste it here because I didn't want to use up the time as it's quite a long tag. So what you need to include is type, which is always text/CSS, rel, which is always style sheet, or at least I'm talking about CSS, it's always that, and then href. It depends on whatever your document is called, and in this case it's called stylesheet.css, and it also depends on its location. And then what else do we need to do? The link should have an href attribute that points to stylesheet.css. Okay, yeah, we already have that. So let's save and submit, and we are done for that part. So let's move on. Many selectors, many properties. Alright, our HTML bone is connected to our CSS bone. So let's review selectors, properties, and values. So this is the syntax. In the selector you say what you want to change, property, which property you want to change, and value, what you want to change it to. So instructions then. Add a pair of h1 tags inside the body of the HTML code. Okay, h1 and /h1. There we go. On your header one header can say anything you want. There we go. Then on the CSS tab, make its font family to Verdana and its color to whatever that is going to be. So h1, and then the property that we want to change is font family, and we want to change it to Verdana with the proper capitalization, and then color to pound, if I can find my pound symbol here, which I need to search through. I will just copy it for now, and that's that. So don't forget the semicolon as well. So I believe that worked, seeing as that actually did change color. That looks like a weird gray. I don't know, it might be just me, but that looks like a gray to me. So that's going to have 57 green, no, red, 60 green, and 94 blue. I don't know if that's supposed to be a gray. I don't think it is, because I think that the gray is slightly different, but okay. I guess it works. So we've done step 1. Step 2, add a pair of paragraph tags. It says below the header tags, okay? I will do it like this now. Put any text you like in there, then head over to the CSS tab and set it to font size, blah blah blah. Okay, we'll look at that later. So this is any text in paragraph. So we need to change that to be as follows. We need to make it font size of 18 pixels, and I want a space there, and we also want to change the color to whatever that is. We will see, I guess, and I need to copy the symbol as well because I cannot find it on my keyboard. And there we go. That looks like a brown to me, or a greeny brown maybe, something like that. It doesn't really matter. So make sure to end each CSS declaration with a semicolon like this. We have already done that. Save and submit, and we are done with that. So let's move on. If you have any questions, do feel free to ask in the comments down below, but because we're just going over what we have done in the previous lessons, I'm not going to go into too much detail here. But even if you have any questions about this lesson, do feel free to ask in the comments. Fallback. As we've seen, sometimes a user's computer doesn't have the mega sweet fonts we wish it had. So for that reason, we give their browser a few fallback choices. We also learned this, I'm pretty sure in the last lesson, is when we learned this specific thing. So, okay, set the P font family to Garamond. Let's do that. There we go. Give H1 a backup font of sans serif. I believe that was just separated with a comma. And P a backup font of serif. Okay, check the hint if you need a refresher. Okay, let's just make sure that yep, that is the way to do it. It's just with a comma. So we have done that. Then let's move on. Size and borders. Excellent, your page is a little bland though. Let's add a picture with a border. I have a link ready, so that should be fine. Add an image to your HTML document. I'm guessing we want to do that in the body. And we know how to do that. It's just img src equals with that, and it's a self-closing tag. So let me, oops, nope, I do not have it in my on my clipboard, but I can just copy it over. There we go, we have done that. In the CSS tab, set your image's height to 100 pixels and width to 300 pixels. Oh, we actually haven't done this before, but I think that it's just going to shrink the picture. So let's see what happens. Height can be 100 px and width can be 300 px. I don't think that that actually worked. Let's see. Oh, we need to do that as well. Okay, let's do the last step before we see what happened there. On the CSS tab, give your image a border of 1px solid. That. So border is going to be one. Actually, it would be border width, I think. Let's see. 1px, and I'm actually not sure. Border 1px, and then do we just do that? I think that this is how it goes actually, without any commas or anything. Let's save and submit and see what happens. Nothing. Oh, right. No. Okay, I will come back once I figure out how to. Okay, so something I didn't realize that happened was that my progress from the 24th thing, from the 24th lesson, didn't get passed onto 25, which also meant that my HTML and my CSS weren't linked, so this wasn't here. So that's why it wasn't working. Now that the link is there, this does work. So we don't really care about those, but let's actually add those in there as well. And yeah, I don't know why it isn't saving the progress like it's supposed to. It's quite weird. So if we put those two things in here, we're going to have our progress like we're supposed to have it. So this is how it's supposed to look like. So if you're having the problem that I was having, all you need to do is just add that line in, the link tag, and you should be able to pass the lesson. So let's move on. Links and text decoration. Okay, good. I think I got the file here. Yes, I did. Good. Add a link to your HTML page using that. Sure. I'll just copy it over if they're already giving it to me. There we go. Using the A tags. Well, we already have it. And URL, I will just use the image URL because it's the easiest thing to do right now. There we go. on the CSS tab, change your links text decoration to none and its color to, that's gonna be red-ish or maybe even brownish. Then that, and change text decoration to none and color to $CC0000, and here capitalization does not matter. That is not in a separate new line, but the course doesn't care. You're done. Revel in the glory of your newfound CSS knowledge for a moment, then head on to the project. So that's today's lesson. So in the next few lessons, or maybe in just the next lesson, we will be looking at the project with CSS and HTML. So if you have any questions, as I said before, do feel free to ask them in the comments down below. I will be happy to answer them. Although this week I might not be able to do it that quickly, but it really depends. Do ask them, I will answer them as soon as possible, basically. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it, subscribe. If you didn't like it, tell me why you didn't like it and press the dislike button so that I know how to improve for next time. But until that next time, thank you guys so much for watching.